and welcome to yet another episode of Paleti with Apala, proudly presented by Nolo Digital. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to be up to date on our latest and the greatest. Today, the topic that we have chosen is about the most unrepresented group, the most ignored, I would say, group F1 students, F1 aka foreign students in America. Being a student myself, I know of like a few pains and a lot of things to be proud about. Let's welcome our amazing, really talented two young ladies, Juny Maharjan from Sterling, Virginia, MSIT student who came to USA in 2016. And then Sumana Dawadi, Arlington, Virginia. She also came to US in 2016. She's in her third year of nursing. Now let's welcome them. Hi, Sumana. Hi,
Hello.
Juny.
Hi.
How
Hi.
are you guys?
Very good. How are you? Thank you for
Good.
asking.
Sure. Good, good. Okay, so let's jump into our topic today. Just to give a like a very short description of what a student's life here in USA is. Can you share a typical week, a day in your life? So let's begin with maybe Junie.
Okay. Yeah. Since we do have a college just a day in a week, so usually we go to school on Saturday, and or on Fridays, and rest of the days we just keep on studying and like doing some funny activities with friends and doing assignments. We spent rest of the days doing assignments, preparing for exams, quiz, and like doing also like some kind of like part-time jobs, just to help.
Okay, great. Thank you. How about you, Sumana?
For me, it's quite different. So because I'm in a nursing school, it's more like I just have to study all the time. I have 5 days of school, so I have one day clinical, one day I have to go for lab, and then other day I have a school. I'm just like have a free day on Saturday and Sunday. So basically, I just have to study on Saturday and Sunday to pretty much whole day. If I calculate my study hour, I don't even get a time to take the hour, to be honest. So actually, it's just about study and study and study.
Gotcha. All right, thank you so much. So basically, in a nutshell, both of you are very busy with school, either
hmm
like one day, in a week, or like 5 days a week, and you do go
hmm
to work.
Hmm.
So do you
Um,
get any time off, like to relax or to go to the movies or to hang out with friends?
Yeah, I usually pick Sunday to hang out with friends or to do some activities because I live in like very close to DC. So most
Mhm.
of the events are either on Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning time. So
Okay.
I choose Sunday to do like activities, and hang out with friends.
Gotcha. How about you, Samana?
for me, because I have a very busy schedule from Monday to Friday. So usually on the Friday evening, I would like to go for a dinner, just
Okay.
try a different food from different countries. So I take it for myself because it's my brain are so much heavy that time. And then Saturday, I would like to take a kind of little off and study a little while. But yeah, I used to go to movie before pandemic, but now we just do a movie at home, and then sometimes just call a friend at home and just have a little fun with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much outside
Mm-hmm.
eating and dining because it's very expensive,
Oh.
but we try to go often. Yeah.
Gotcha. But in general, like you do not get to hang out like how students here who are primary residents of America, like how they hang
No,
out. No.
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 It
It's
sounds like it. It sounds
For
like
so many reasons, because we have to, so for them it's like a home because we have to maintain our status, and we have to, like, for me personally, I have a scholarship and I have to maintain that scholarship, so that I have to study and maintain that grade. Otherwise I'm going to lose the scholarship, so
right.
there's no options for that. So
Gotcha. So let's move on to what are students in general, like no, we face a lot of challenges. But if you
uh-huh.
had to name few, what would be let's say top two, like in top two challenges of of a foreign student?
I would say for the student here for international, one is language barrier and another is cultural barrier. Um, I don't know if that goes to top two, but for me, in my school also, even my English is not bad, but I have always had a problem with, I get a less marks than my American friends because of my language issue. Sometimes I don't, there are so many critical thinking questions in nursing, so I don't understand the question exactly what it is asking all the time. So that even if I know the answer, I tend to give a wrong answer, so that stressed me a lot. And other, like cultural, not having a family, more like I think stress.
Hmm.
Um, that I would give a second more than a culture, the stress, because we are not with our family, and then no matter what happens, we just have to deal with ourselves.
Right.
So it's kind of give a lot of stress of out of the school, out of the work, or out of the friends or anything. Sometimes you don't get to meet friend when you really want to. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is stressful.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Junie?
For me, the first thing is absolutely language barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Since we are from like Asian, and like our action,
Mm-hmm.
that's like really being tough. And the next one is, um, as Sumana says, the culture barrier. Like we came after, like when I came here, I was 24. So I have almost spent, like half of my, teenage, like I came here after my teenage. So all the
Mm-hmm.
cultures what I have learned back in my Nepal, back in my country, I just learn and take along with me here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Since we came here after like our 20s, it's so
Mm-hmm.
much difficult to adapt the culture, what the American culture.
Right, right. Okay, so basically for you guys, the top two would be number one, language, accent or language, and
Hmm.
not being able to understand the like dialect that they use here. And number two
Yeah,
would be social.
yeah.
Um, how about like getting started, like getting an apartment or getting just getting those basic needs?
Oh
Has it
yeah.
been a issue?
I think the first one for more like a personal, personal struggle. But then for the student struggle,
Mm-hmm.
the main thing that is problem here is proper guidance. Like when you come here, basically I didn't have anybody I knew. I just had one person, like my friend's sister here, so that I just
Mm-hmm.
came to Virginia because I didn't have anybody anywhere. So I came here, and then so there was no place. Like how could we find the apartment? And then finding apartment is so difficult because so many apartment doesn't give a
Mm-hmm.
rent to the
Right.
student.
Mm-hmm.
They need a valid background check. We have to show income source, and then we don't have income source here, and they don't allow us to show the income source from Nepal too. So it was very frustrating. I was like, okay, they accept international students, so they know there will be international students, but then why there is no rule for international students that they can show the income source from their back home? So that was very frustrating. And second was guidance in the school for the majors. Somebody who already know what she or he gonna be taking the major
Mm-hmm.
for. That is no issue, but it's still like somebody who doesn't know, we still need a guidance. There is nobody who can help because we just go walk to the campus advisor, and then they will just suggest something out of their mind, and you will just go through, and in the middle of nowhere you will realize, oh, I'm not interested in this, and then it just take your time, money, and everything. It's a huge problem because especially for Nepalese student, there is no any parent organization in US who could be like, hey, we have a problem here. Where do we go? Okay, there is the organization. We can just go anytime we have problem. There is nothing like that. So it is so difficult on those subjects.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Have you tried reaching out to any Nepali organizations that are around, either in DC, Virginia, wherever?
So first thing is like I'm not even aware if there is any organization, and there is a huge communication gap about like if there is any organization, they are not being able to communicate with the student to let them know that we exist here. Second, like yes, I have tried to search different organizations. So we connected with one organization called Sati Baltimore in the time of pandemic. They helped us with food for a month almost. They gave a lot of food. So that was the first help I ever received after I came to US from any Nepalese organization. Rather than that, we have a Facebook group called
Yes.
USHN that is in Facebook. So every time if we have any problem, it's more
Mhm.
like a question answer. Like you can just question something and somebody would just give advice. It's
Oh,
not like yeah, very like logistic help. So maybe yeah, I'm not very aware of the
okay.
organization.
And the organizations that you mentioned were Sati Baltimore, and what was the other one?
USHN, it's a
It's like US Help Nepal. It's US
yeah,
Help Nepal.
Okay, okay, that's the short
it's
form.
a group, just a Facebook group. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
If you have any problems, you can just post, or you if you need any suggestions, you just need to post, and whoever are like expert, they just give you some suggestion, those
Okay,
kind of things.
okay, okay. So I mean, I'm sure like our audience or our Nepali audience would like to know those names. So like, no,
mm-hmm.
we'll have that in the description. Those organizations, because what
Sure.
we or what I have been hearing is like students normally don't reach out. Hence, we do
Mm-hmm.
not know. That's
Yeah,
their like no way of saying that we like I didn't know that there was some problem, but you are saying that the basic things like what kind of what kind of courses to take, and then like if you don't get an apartment because you don't have an income.
Mm-hmm.
So these I think are very basic things
yeah.
that after a couple years all of us are able to do it on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so maybe this can be a message to our Nepali organizations that just simple things like how to apply for a credit card, how to
Mm-hmm.
apply for an apartment, how to like what to study, what not to study. Those
Yeah.
things are the basic ones you're saying. Okay, great, great. Um, any so there was a like during my conversations with organizations and Nepali family, they
Mm-hmm.
say that students they are very rowdy and they are the main reason for troubles in Nepali parties. Like, do you agree, disagree?
I
Um.
say, okay, let me go with.
Okay.
It depends, like if someone like drinks a lot, like once he or she gets drunk, and if they make those kind of the stuff, that can be the problem, like until and unless he or she get drunk, I don't think that won't be any problem.
But like, are you saying the like so basically you're saying drinking is the problem, but do you agree that majority of Nepali students drink and not the families are like sober, they're all good, but do you
No.
agree that the
No.
parties, the like all the fighting?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I would totally not agree with that because first of all, like you can't really, like here students are most of them are very afraid of their status, so they won't like most of the students. Yeah, there are some crazy students who do crazy stuff, but then it's their personal thing. But most of the students definitely doesn't do anything to harm their status. They try to maintain it. They try to do as much as good, but then some sometimes things happen. But like I would not agree that students are the only one who drink. I think it's a part of our life. Like everybody drink, and then but it just depends on how much you drink. Do you drink in moderate or do you drink on the way that you harm somebody and yourself? So I don't think any organization should judge a student in that way too, because they cannot just like make a judgment by saying, "Hey, there are some rowdy student who is drinking and doing bad stuff, so that we are not helping students." They cannot generalize like that. So they have to, first of all, like if any organization say the student doesn't come to us, then okay. If I'm at when I came here, I was in Northern Virginia Community College for the first time, so so they know like most of the organizations should be aware that there are a lot of students from Nepal in which campus are there a lot of. How can they reach the student? Because that's
Mhm.
why they started, right? If they want to help to start it, if they want to help student, then they should know where the student are and they have to reach out to them. Because the students are here for the first time, they don't know where to get the information from.
Mhm.
Even like I know how to apply for the credit card now and find an apartment. But then in the beginning, I didn't know. I
Right.
didn't even know how to open a bank account. Like for the
Right.
first year, I didn't have bank account at all, and there was nobody who can teach me that. So, so I didn't have. If there was someone who is there and they should be reach out to me, like
Mm-hmm.
because I will be somewhere officially, or for example, like a Nepalese embassy in US, they would have all the records where
Right.
we are, which school we are going to. So there's no, they don't have like, they can always contact our embassy and find the reports for the students. So they don't have to work so much to find where we are. But we have to work so much to find where they are because we cannot find their record just going to the Nepalese embassy.
Right. Right.
Okay,
But
let me. Sorry, sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
Since you said for the credit card, I do have like one personal. I this is how I learned by myself. When I
Mm-hmm.
came here, I make a draft of the. The money. Like as we students, we cannot bring money like more than $500, right? So
Right.
when I came here, someone guide me for how to open the bank account. I'm so much thankful for him. So later on, since I'm surrounded by all the people who are like they have already their status, like everyone they are like green card holders, right? And they talk about applying credit cards, all those things. And when I asked them, they said like, since you are students you cannot apply for those things. But
Oh,
when I went to bank, sorry.
oh, they said that?
Yeah, that's what they say. Since you are in F1 status, you cannot apply those things. You need to have income, those things. But I was not. I didn't believe on them, so I went by myself,
Mm-hmm.
to the bank, and I asked them like, being a student here in F1 students, can I apply for credit card or not? And the person who helped me to open the bank, he said, yes, you can apply for credit card. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is what I said. Uh, we do not have like proper guidance. Like there is no one to help us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's a wrong guidance because anybody can open credit card. But you
Yeah,
being a new student, you didn't know. Like you
yeah.
didn't know any better. So you
Uh-huh.
had to so it's a good thing that you went by yourself to
Yeah,
contact.
within like 6 months when I came here, like I came here for January 2016. So within 6 months, I applied for credit card and I got a credit card without social security number.
Okay, 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 great, great. So these kind of things, and I completely agree with you guys that the organizations they are aware that which colleges have students, like
Mm-hmm.
that has like a larger number of Nepali students coming in, so they can reach out. And I bring this topic, the reason being, I was in Baltimore, I was a student, and I also happen to have links with families, not my own family, but people in Baltimore. So I used to see that gap that they always had the idea of a student being very rowdy,
Mm-hmm.
like always wanting to party because as students you guys don't have any guidance, I mean meaning any
Yeah.
guardian, like your parents are not here, so like
Mhm.
it's like a you are on your own, so you can do whatever you want. That's what their
Mm-hmm.
thought process is.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
idea of our show today, this episode, is to like kind of connect that gap. And all families are not like that. There are like amazing, wonderful, like helpful like families out there too. But like the way we cannot generalize students, like just because one person parties and then is the main reason for a chaos or any fights in those parties. So okay, that's great to know. And I do want to share with you guys, there's this one like in a church in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I was a student there, and I think this would be helpful to all the Nepali organizations, to all the Nepalese, like either your family or student. It'll be helpful. So there was a church, and there used to be like a hall that all the Nepali folks used to kind of rent for parties and stuff. There was a point
Oh.
when Nepali people were banned, so they would not allow Nepali people to rent that hall because there were
Okay.
so many
Mhm.
incidents in
Yeah.
each party. They would end up either fighting or breaking something.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest, we used to hear that, oh, it's because of the like Nepali students.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up like quickly. Any
Yeah, I don't think like it's only Nepalese people, because one time you said the church, right, in Baltimore. I
Yeah.
have been that church. I'm not sure like, is that the same church? Like I went there for Nepali Idol
Probably.
concert. Yeah, over there, like outside it was like holy, like religious place. We cannot get all those drinks, right? And
Mhm.
once we get out from the hall, I can see like lots and lots of young people. They are just drunk, breaking all the bottles, everything, and making sounds. I feel so bad. This is religious place, right? And
Mhm.
also you are having like someone who came here, like brought celebrities, just to make fun, those things. But outside of the church, they are like making sounds, like fightings.
Mhm.
I feel so bad. I don't think like all of them are like students.
It can be anyone.
It can
Anybody
be anyone.
can get like under the influence, and anybody can fight. But to generalize us students, and I'm not a student anymore, but I feel the pain. It's just hard. So yeah, so hopefully our Nepali family that are in Virginia, DC, Maryland, wherever, hopefully they know that students are extra aware that we might
Mhm.
be out of status. That's why we try to maintain
Mhm.
it. But fights can happen anywhere.
Okay, and for the people who said, like only students make those kind of the, like fires, everything for them, what I want to say is we are here to make our career, you
Mhm.
know, not to
Yeah, it's
just
like
to
not
involve in
every student have a
fights.
yeah, not every student have the same intention, and also, of course, there are people who have been here and who have been permanent citizen or like part of the country also have gotten drunk and have
Yeah.
been on the fight. So, we see like a lot of students from different country, and then, their embassy or there are some organization, they organize a welcome party for the student, welcome
Mm-hmm.
gala or something like that, and
Yeah.
where they give more
Nice.
information about
Mm-hmm.
where you can go for anything, any problem, like
Mhm.
systematic information. Okay, if you have certain problem, there's this organization or these people. Where if there is certain problem for legal problem, for immigration problem, there
Mm-hmm.
are so many things like that, like orientation from the school. But we don't have anything like that. Like I have never been connected to the Nepalese embassy here because I so I never felt like that is a part of our country because
Mhm.
so most of these students they receive a welcome letter from embassy. Hey, you are here. So if you have any, they have to be welcoming because we are in a different age. There are students from 16 years of age to 25, 30 years of age. Not everybody is enough mature to understand. Hey, we have to be one who have to go there, and then we are alone here. We left our family and we have never left our home. So there should be like why there is Nepalese embassy here because they need to take care of the people who are from Nepal, right? But
Right.
then if I don't feel welcoming, then I don't feel like going too. I have to feel welcoming to go there and then put my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yesterday I had a health internet or global health conference with the NRNA USA. So that's where I talk about them for the same thing because NRNA doesn't allow a student to become a member, but then they are very willing to help the student. But then what I think is like you have to let a student become a member even if you don't give a voting right. If you give a membership, a student feel responsible. Okay, I'm a part of this organization, so
Mhm.
I will come here, I will do things to contribute to the organization, and the same way organization can contribute to student. It has to be there has to be connection. If there is no connection, then the student is just gonna go one time and say hello, oh I like it, and then next time I'm not gonna go because I need to feel like I need to be rewarded for what I do for them. You know.
Right. Right.
So also I have to feel like a home to be there, to go there, and then to
Mhm.
contribute
Mhm.
anything. So
Mhm. So let's like we're almost on top of our hour. So if you had to give suggestions, like list of, I mean, I can already think of like list. I mean, just based on our talk. Um, and do you want to give like a list? Okay. If you any suggestions to those Nepali organizations, to our embassy or whoever, just
yeah.
highlighting our challenges as a student. As we said, it's the basic things that anybody can do. It's not even asking for a financial help or anything as such. It's
Hmm.
just light things like those, like card, or as you said, like school, and just those. Do you want to highlight how can the Nepali organizations like serve Nepali students better? Just highlight those points for us.
You wanna go first, Sunny?
Sorry, can you repeat the question one more
Oh,
time?
I just wanted to kind of like, have like a bullet. I mean, like, no, we're on top of the hour. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, no, as we wrap up our show today,
Mm-hmm.
we want to give like, bullet points on how the Nepali organizations
Mm-hmm.
can do better. How can they serve Nepali students better?
Okay. The first thing, since we are far away from our parents, like Nepalese organization, there has to be like someone who can, guide us, like give those, like frustrations, there has to be someone, like when someone needs, like Nepalese organization, just give them as, like parental love or something,
Mm-hmm.
um, that's the most important for, since like most of the people, they came here when they're like young age, and there is no one to guide them properly. So I believe like there has to be someone, like some organization, who can help them, like proper guide them. And next one is, during the pandemic, as Sumana said, we got help from Sati Baltimore, and there has to be like not only Sati Baltimore, there has to be like other, like NRN
Mm-hmm.
was there, and I don't think they properly helped us during
No,
those,
it was through NRN. The Sati Baltimore is through NRN.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh,
they
sorry, sorry.
actually
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that one. Okay, so there has to be like other organization. We got help, right? There are like so many students who did not get help.
Okay, so we're almost on top of the hour. So as we wrap it up, can you like, share some of your experiences with the Nepali organizations, or if there are any bullet points that you want to say, yes, this is what they did, and these are the areas of improvement. Junie?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Sati Baltimore, who helped us, like being F1 students, who helped F1 students during the pandemic time. They gave us groceries for a month, and yeah, like I think they helped more than 1,000 students, F1 students, uh, during pandemic time. And the next one is NRN. NRN is a parent organization here, like in different countries, right? And we came to hear about NRN during the election time, and after that they just get vanished, or uh, it gets just get lost. What I would like to suggest NRN is, do not come during the election only. So come with different events,
Mm-hmm.
different events, programs which can help all the students, not only students, for everyone. It can be, like guiding properly to the students how to get help for, accommodations, for getting colleges, and if someone wants to get transfer from one college to another college, just be there, just
Mm-hmm.
be there to guide all the F1 students properly.
So
Yeah.
are you saying, Junie, that like during election time you were approached by a NRN member to like, cast your vote and stuff like that? I was reached out, I know.
Okay. It was not from the NRN member. It was someone who told me about, there is organization and they are doing, like election, those things. And I
Mhm.
was like, "Mm,
Did
I
you
haven't heard
know about
NRN before."
right, right. Yeah, and the number one agenda, or at least one of the agendas they use, is improving students' life here in America as well.
Yeah, that's what they said. But I
And the
haven't
very
seen, I
important,
haven't get, any benefit or any help from NRN
right.
personally.
And then you guys wanna like, it's like, kind of like tell our audience what NRN means. What kind of organization is it?
It's
it's a non-resident Nepali
yeah,
organization.
who
So, for
lives
example, if
outside.
anybody, yeah, anybody, like for example, if Nepalese leave the country, and then if you are not, according to the constitution of Nepal, if you are outside the country for more than 6 months, and if that country is not included in SAARC countries,
Mm-hmm.
then you can be recognized as a, you can be, you are the NRN, you are a non-resident Nepali, you are considered as NRN. But according to, like, even yesterday in the global conference, so I was talking about the same thing because I went to through their conference or constitution to the constitution of the NRN. So that's what
Uh-huh.
I put, and then they said they have been doing like a lot lately for the student. And they said they have like more than 1,000 students, and after that they are trying to have a college ambassador in every university. But
Okay.
then yes, there is a communication gap. Even I didn't know about it before.
Mhm.
They are planning to have a college ambassador in every college. So there is a huge gap. Like if they are doing, we don't know what they are doing.
Right.
So if
Right.
they are not,
Mhm.
it's like a we don't have information, and we need to get the information. That is the most important thing. And for the any suggestion I would provide, like the problem students have with different like things that like the career, like transition in the career to, for example, after they graduate, they don't know how to transit themselves from the graduation to the work life, and
Mhm.
then how to go further. There is like zero support, like there is zero guidance, to be honest, for the Nepalese student.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if I was in the place where I could give that guidance and have something to guide, I feel like I would do it. But then I'm not able to do it because I'm still like a student. I'm on a same phase of learning and then unlearning things. So but definitely there is a need of some organization or some guidance who can,
Mhm. Mhm.
where a student can go and feel like home, and then they can get solution for the any problem they have, or at least a suggestion
Mhm. Mhm.
on how they can do better on what they
Right.
are going through.
Right. Great. Thank you both for such an amazing feedback. So just a quick summary, what I've understood, like after talking with you guys, is the organization is doing what they can do, but it's not reaching out to the students yet.
Mhm.
And I hear that all the plans that they have, all the all the plan to have ambassadors in each college, well, we do not know about it. So maybe
Yeah,
if they can advertise it, if they can come up front, and like as like Junie mentioned, not only be so active during elections and then kind of vanish away.
yeah,
So simple things. So this is our request to all the Nepali organizations, including our NRNA, that if students are in your agenda, if they are the upfront criteria that you mention, please come up front. Please be very visible, because I don't know if all the students are getting the help that they need. And keep in mind, we students are the ones after 4 or 5 years, we are gonna be someone that you'll
Mhm.
need. We are gonna be a nurse that someone can can benefit from. We are gonna be a IT professional someone can use, a doctor, engineer, whatever, you name it. So if you help
yeah,
us right now when we're in the beginning phase, it will benefit you in the long run, right?
yeah.
That's what I got. So thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. School, work, hats off to you guys, and hats off to all the Nepali students, all F1 students around the world. And maybe we can have like a bullet point in our description for the NRNAs or for all the Nepali organizations, like how welcoming a student and whatnot. Hopefully, our word will reach to those Nepali organizations. And I
I
want to
would
thank.
also like to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't. Oh,
No.
are you in? Okay, I just wanted to put a suggestion for the student who is coming to US for the first time. Like first of all, doesn't just like when you go to your campus, doesn't only listen to your advisor. Research, because there is nobody who can guide you, because we have been through that and we have lost a lot of our time and money. So and reach out to us, the ex student. Like just find us if you see any student from Nepal and they have been here for several years. Just ask them, text them on Facebook, or try to find them and ask them, hey, I'm like on this campus, like, or try to find another student who have been there on the campus. And just like don't follow only the advisor thinking that they are the expertise in the field, because they take care of thousands of students, and they just do, they just try to like manage your way out. So it's not
Mhm.
always very helpful. And then try to find different way to help yourself, like just ask. Like I think the best thing is asking to the
And just be
previous
curious
student,
about
ex
it.
student. Yeah, just try to reach out, like reach out. Like if you get confused, just ask for help. Like
Right.
don't get afraid, because we were afraid. We didn't reach out to our ex student too, and then we had to go through a lot of struggle. And I'm always ready to help. Like if somebody reach out to me, and I have so many students who have reached out to me asking about different things when they come to school that I'm going to. And then so is Juny and all the friends I know, they have been doing the same thing. So just reach out to us or any of the person you know. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was really nice talking to you, and thank you for having us. Um,
Yeah, actually, the pleasure's all
Yeah,
mine.
thank you for the platform. Like it's such a wonderful, platform for us, like where we can express, our problems. And as far as since it's been already 5 years being here, we can at least guide, new students here
Mhm.
in USA.
And hopefully
yeah.
we can have another like maybe part two of this where maybe
Hmm.
we can bring somebody from the Nepali organization and then you guys can come and then we can
Hmm.
have that gap. Like I mean have a bridge for that gap. So
Yeah,
thank
there is
you.
always a gap between NRN and F1 students. So
Right,
I just there has to be someone who can, minimize or block the.
right, right.
That's
Great,
what the
thank
polity
you.
is for.
Right. All right. Thank you all. I'll see you guys next week with another episode, another topic, another offbeat topic. Trust me, there's a lot more to learn about Nepali students and about other
Yeah.
topics as well. Thank you. See you
Thank
again.
you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
Bye
day. Bye
bye.
bye.